Hey guys, I'm Matt, the car guy, Matt Samolsky. I'm here at Vero Beach, Florida at Linus Cadillac Buick GMC, and I have this 2021 Cadillac XT4 Premium Luxury. Even though this is not a brand new model, I think it's still worth reviewing because it has been one of the most popular selling Cadillacs since it came out. So today I'm going to take you on the tour of this vehicle. We're going to take a look at the exterior, interior, see how comfortable it is. We're going to play with some of the interesting features inside of this vehicle, and finally I'm going to take it for a spin with you. So if you're ready, let's go. Well guys, we're going to start right in the front of this vehicle. So, you know, if you take a look at any of the Cadillac, they're all kind of square, sharp lines. I particularly like it. I think that makes Cadillac a Cadillac, plus all the luxurious feature and the drive of the car. But if you look at this one, same thing with even the entry-level vehicle. It's very square, right? You have the sharp lines going all over the place, including right on the hood. The hood in the middle here, you see it's raised up and it looks like it houses something that's bigger than it actually does. It looks almost like kind of a muscle car hood. Now, as far as the bottom of here, you know, you have this grille. There's actually 3 different trim levels available with the XT4, and then that's the premium luxury and the premium luxury. That's the luxury, premium luxury, and the sport. So those are the 3 levels that are available, and all of them are going to have slightly different grills. Now this is kind of the middle of the line, even though the starting price between this and the sport model, which is considered the top of the line, is only a few $100s away. So this one's going to have this kind of dual tone grill. It's going to have a little bit of that shiny black. It's going to have a little bit of that chrome on the grill as well. It's got the chrome Cadillac logo right in the middle of here, and then the bottom of this bumper, it has this matte gray plastic as well as kind of the brushed aluminum looking lip spoiler at the bottom of here, right? So very typical to a Cadillac lights. Okay, this is almost the signature of Cadillac right now, because pretty much every single model has got these vertical LEDs inside of them that houses the drive time running lights as well as the turn signal, and of course it does have the LED lights, the regular LED lights. Now this is just a design element, a little bit of that gloss black that looks like an air intake. It's not, it's just the design element on here. So that is the front of it. Let's see what hides underneath the hood of this vehicle. Well, let's check out the engine on this 2021 XT4. It is the same engine we've seen at other models. It is a 2.0 liter turbocharged engine, produces 237 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. As a matter of fact, same engine we've seen on the new Envision, and I like that. 237 horsepower for this weight of a vehicle should be pretty peppy, even though on paper it says that the 0 to 60 is about 7.8 seconds, so it's not crazy, but we'll check it out in just a little bit. It's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and 9-speed is good. You know, the first gears are supposed to get this vehicle going, and the gears on top, that's supposed to give you the better fuel economy. All right, so on the side, I mean, it's square, it's sharp lines, just like in the front. You can see a lot of body lines that go straight across, one on top, two at the bottom right here. It does have a little bit of that matte black cladding around the wheels. Now the wheels, by the way, it comes standard with the 19s. This one has been upgraded with the 20-inch wheels. I like this aluminum wheel design on this particular vehicle. The other thing, you know, I'm going to point out a few things that you can look at the Cadillac right from the side and see which model is which. Now on the base model, okay, you're not gonna see this top roof rails, as well as you're not gonna see this trim right here. Now this is more of that polished aluminum kind of look. It does have the matte black on the base model. This is all black, as well as it is on the highest model, which is the sporty one. Also, you can see this chrome around the windows right here. That's on this premium luxury model. You won't find it on the base one. You won't find it on the top of the line on the sport model. Sport model is going to have it all blacked out. Now it does have the keyless entry, however it does not have sensors. I have the key on me. It does not have sensors to lock and unlock the door. To lock it, you actually have to press the physical button, and to unlock it you do the same thing, press the button. Power folding mirrors are optional, they're not standard. This one doesn't have it. And let's check out if it's got enough room to fit a full-size adult, as I'd like to consider myself. I'm 6 feet tall. We'll see if I have enough headroom, leg room, shoulder room, all that stuff. I gotta tell you, I'm surprisingly comfortable. I still have over an inch in headroom as far as that. My knees are almost touching the front seat, but that's not very unusual for this class of the vehicle. But I can fit in and I won't be uncomfortable for a long time. And you know, plenty of shoulder room, seats are comfortable. Let's check out the interior together. All right, so let's check out this interior right here. And let's see what's inside of here. First of all, on the door, you have a nicely leather wrapped panels right here. Two different colors of leather. This is the light color and this is the darker color. It does have this trim in here. It looks like wood, but it is not. And it does have your regular window controls. It does have two speakers. Now this one has a Bose stereo. It's only branded in one spot of the car, and I'll show you where it's at. I like the seats on it. They're very comfortable. They're very nicely appointed. If you look at the leather on those seats, look that there's different basically textures of it. You have the solid leather right on top. You have this little Cadillac logo in here, not the logo, but basically the Cadillac sign in there, and you have the perforated inserts. They're very comfortable too. In the middle here, you also have a cup holder, a little armrest that folds down, and another thing that you see in here is basically your air vents, USB and USB-C port, as well as your heated seats for the back seats. And that is the back side of it. Now, even though this is a front-wheel drive vehicle, it does have this bulge in the middle, so the third passenger would not be very comfortable. Okay, so the back of this car looks just like the XT5 or XT6. You see those long vertical LED lights that go from basically here all the way down here. So they're very nice, they're visible at night. You know you're following a Cadillac if you see something like this. It does have this, and again, LED brake light in here. And one of the interesting features which I like, that they put the windshield wiper right underneath here, so it's covered from the elements. It's not gonna get dirty, it's not gonna get dusty, and you know it's always gonna be clean when it's cleaning your rear window. XT4 350T, that's on this side. I'm not sure why it's 350T. Have to find out. It's not 3.5 liter engine, doesn't have 350 horsepower. It does have a turbo, so T might stand for turbo, but 350, have no idea what that is. Cadillac logo, if you know, by the way, put it in the comment section below. We'll find out together maybe. It does have some sensors in the back end here, reflector lights. It does have the same color trim as on the side of the vehicle, this kind of polished aluminum, and two exhaust tips right here. Okay, those are real exhaust tips, and it continues with a little bit of that matte black at the very bottom. Let's see if it's got enough room inside. Okay, let's check it out together. All right, let's see how much room we have in the back here. The first thing that I want to point out though, look, some of the cars you worry about if these are strong enough. I don't think you have to worry about these. These are surprisingly big. There's almost bigger than like the Escalade has. Maybe they just use the same parts. But as far as roominess, let's check this out. It's got, you know, quite a bit of room. It's not huge. I mean, it is a subcompact SUV, so it's not going to have tons of room. See what it has underneath here? Doesn't have a spare tire, but it does have, it looks like it does have this fix-a-flat kit, and does have, you know, another storage basically underneath here. This actually is supposed to be attached to here, so when you open it, it opens like this. I've seen a little bit better designs. This is removable as well, and you can actually put it in at the bottom here. No, you can't. Well, this is a strange placement. I wish there would be a place to store it if you're not using it. Sometimes you need to carry something longer and you won't have room to carry it. 60-40 split on the seat, so if you do fold them down, you have to do it from the inside. There's no buttons anywhere on the sides, which is not a huge deal. It's a small car. I can reach over and basically do it myself like this. Okay, and now with removing and check it out, this is how much room you have with the seats folded down. I mean, that definitely extends that cargo space quite a bit. One last thing before we get inside and check out all the interior goodies, let's see how the door sounds. This is a smallest SUV. Door sounds pretty darn good. I mean, that's probably about 3.5 out of 5, so not bad at all. Let's check out the interior. All right, a couple interesting things on the door. Nothing crazy as far as the first look. I mean, you have your memory seat settings, window controls, mirror controls, lock and unlock. You have the same trip as in the back of the car. You have your gate height adjustment in here. But what is this right in here? What is this hole for? See the little sign? It shows an umbrella. Yes, it is an umbrella holder. That is pretty neat. As far as the seat itself, it does have electric adjustments for the seat, but it also has this massage feature right here, which I'm going to check out once I get inside and behind the wheel. And then you have a Cadillac crest right at the bottom here. Interior, very nicely appointed. We'll check out all the bells and whistles in here. On the left side of the steering wheel, the only thing you have is actually your electronic parking brake, and you have the adjustments for your dimmer. Now on the higher end model, it also has a head-up display, which the adjustments would be on this side right here. Let's check out some of the cool features inside of this 2021 XT40. So Cadillac steering wheel, multifunction steering wheel, basically the same as we've seen on many other GM models, with the exception of it does have the Cadillac crest in the middle. Left hand side, I mean, you can adjust your adaptive cruise control. You can also turn on your heated steering wheel, as well as this is your voice controls for your phone. On the right hand side, there's a little toggle switch. There's a little dial switch basically that controls what's going on in the middle of the screen, and we're going to find that out in just a little bit. And then you have the pedal shifters right in the back of the steering wheel. You can see the minus and plus. You can't see the minus here, it is right here. So let's push the magic button, which by the way is right here, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so what happens is it lights up the instrument cluster, and let's check it out what we have here. Left hand side is your tachometer, right hand side speedometer. You have a couple of small screens inside of it. One is at the top where it says the 0 miles per hour, and that's just basically your screen that shows you the temperature, and that's basically just your screen that shows you your speed. The lane keep assist, as well as it shows you whether it's a cruise control or not, the speed limit, and it has the light indication here. Now in the bottom screen right here, you can see there's a little bit more information that you can display: fuel range, oil life, tire pressure, fuel economy, blank page, you know, etc., etc. So you can set up different settings: audio, navigation, it's in demo mode right now, phone, and settings. So you can set up units, info page, options. Let's see what that is. You can have speed, trip 2, trip 1, fuel range, oil life. So you can set these all up, customize it, and play around with it. Actually, there's quite a few features that you can set it up. So that is your middle screen. That's your basically instrument cluster. And let's see the infotainment system right here. But I gotta tell you, the first thing when I look at it, it does seem like it's so slanted over here that it faces up. I wonder if it's gonna affect the visibility, although right now it's full sun in the back and it does affect the visibility. I can see it fine, but the camera doesn't pick it up really good. Alright, so I switched that position of the vehicle a little bit. We hid behind the truck to see if it's a little bit better visibility, so I can show you some of the features of this infotainment system. Screen is fairly small. I think it's about 7 or 8 inches, so it's not big. It is in demo mode, so we can only check out some of the features. We've seen this exact screen at the Envision, we've seen it in the other Cadillacs, we've seen it at the other Buicks. So all the GM models, basically, they have the same infotainment system. And you know, it's very simple to use. I mean, it's basically dumb proof. I mean, you have the audio, phone, navigation, Wi-Fi, spot, user settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, okay, My Cadillac, OnStar services, climate, apps, and on this side, this is basically your home screen. So you can see that the radio is set up to, you know, a certain station right here. It's got that part of it as a navigation or a map. If you want to see the map, you just press it, and it's nice crisp display. I actually like that navigation quite a bit. Then it has shortcuts right at the bottom of it. You can go home screen, you can go phone, navigation, and climate. This is basically what you need. In case this wasn't enough, you also have your climate settings right at the bottom of it. See all these strip off buttons right here. You can customize it. This is basically for your regular climate control. And then the bottom here, you have heated seats, ventilated seats, parking sensors on. You can turn those off if you'd like to. Lane keep assist on or off, hazard lights, and then you have the ventilated and heated seats for your passenger. Now at the very bottom here, now you do have a little bit of a charging station right here. So you can see it does have the regular USB, USB-C, you have the SD card slot, and then you have the regular 12-volt outlet. And so let's check out the gear shifter. This is the regular gear shifter. You have the parking and then the regular gears right here. Interesting thing in here, if you push it twice in here, you see it switches to the manual mode, so then you can use the pedal shifters instead of the regular control, or you can just push it back in and go back into the regular fully automatic mode. Right here you have this little controller in here, that's for your infotainment system. So you see it works with the touchscreen, but it can also be controlled through the system right here. And then you have the shortcuts, you have the media, you have the navigation system. That's your back button in case you get lost, and this is your telephone button basically. Okay, so press it to confirm your selection, move it around the screen. I'll show you how that works basically. See, it moves around the screen as soon as I twist that dial a little bit, and then you can go back. This is the main screen right here. You can go back if you'd like to the options. Again, you know, I'm moving this with this dial shift, and then if I want to select something, I just push it. There's your settings. You can adjust different settings in here. As far as the infotainment system, we'll go back in case you get lost. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, great features on the vehicle, but this one is equipped with navigation system, so if you don't have it on your phone, this vehicle has the features that you want. Now what's interesting is that I'm trying to what you have to do in order to get to the next screen is not twist the dial, but kind of push the dial to the side. So you have the apps. What's this climate thing? I believe, okay, this is just a shortcut for your regular climate control in case you want to control it through here, and it doesn't have this preconditioning. And then navigation system. So that is it. Now, in case you get lost anywhere, home button is just a click away. Here it is. That's basically kind of like a back button. And here, goes back. So what else do we have on the interior here? Very nicely appointed. And I gotta tell you, this vehicle definitely feels bigger than it is. And the quality, it almost feels better than on some of the higher end Cadillacs. Well, like the XT4 and XT5, maybe not better quality, but at least the same. And I gotta tell you what a lot of manufacturers are doing right now is they try to get you to try out their cars. So what you think that would be the entry-level models, the least expensive, so instead of saving money and making it kind of the afterthought, they're actually making those cars a lot of times a better quality, better equipped, better built, just because they want to hook you on the brand. So I'm not saying that this is the case with this. Cadillac's always been a fairly good brand, and look at all these luxury amenities. I love the color of the seats, the leather out of it, it's really nice. It does have this big panoramic sunroof. Let's see if you're going to be able to see that. You can open up the sunshade that lets tons of light inside the cabin. And then the front portion of the sunroof opens, the back portion is fixed. One touch operation, nice windscreen right here, so you shouldn't have too much of the wind going on inside of the vehicle. Excited to check out how this little caddy drives. Well, are you ready? Because I am. But before we do that, as always, you're probably asking yourself, how much would this thing set me back? If I bought a vehicle like this, now this particular one will set you back quite a bit because it's almost fully loaded. There might be a few features that it doesn't have, but this one's about $48,000. Now, as far as the base prices, they're all share the same engine, they're all share the same transmission, so the differences are going to be in the features and the amenities that you get with this car. So the base one is the luxury model, and it starts at $35,795 for a front-wheel drive version. The all-wheel drive version would add about $2,500 to the price of the vehicle, any of the trim levels that you're looking at. The premium luxury, which is this one, and this one's as well as a front-wheel drive, it starts at $39,795, so about $4,000 more, and for about $200 more starting price, you can get the sport vehicle, the sport model. Now the sport model, it's going to have more sporty design. It's not going to have almost any chrome on the exterior. It's only going to have this blackout trim in the front, a little bit different grille. It's going to have different wheels available, and you know, the one feature that stands out on the sport one, that if you look in the back, those LED light covers are actually clear. Now, as far as the amenities, you can add anything to any of those models that you'd like to. So you go to Cadillac website, check them out. You know, but I'm going to post an equipment for this particular vehicle in the description of this video, so you know, you can have an idea of what I'm driving, what this vehicle has and does not have. So let's start with the rear view camera. I mean, we checked out the other ones. Now this one doesn't have a 360, but the rear view camera is pretty nice. It's pretty clean and crisp. I still think that it would be a little bit better if they move this screen and like this a little bit more straight. It's a little bit distractive, and I think that the light from the top right here, it really bounces off of it. It's not that I can see it, but it might be better visibility if it was straight up. Maybe it is adjustable, but I don't see any adjustments for it. So trajectory lines move with the vehicle, okay, and then you can turn them on or off, those trajectory lines. So this is the only thing that's on that rear view camera. Let's check out the turning ability of so it turns pretty quickly. I mean, it does have a decent tight turning. the thing that I really like about this vehicle, that it really feels bigger than it actually is. It has a great visibility as far as the front, the side. Now, another feature that I know that Cadillac offers on these is that rear view camera mirror, which I absolutely love on any of the car that I test driven that had it. This particular one doesn't have it. I wish it did so I can show it to you. But basically what it is, there's an extra camera in the back that projects the image from what's going on in the back of the vehicle right into this mirror right here, so you don't ever have to worry about any of the obstructions in, especially in the second row seat, or if you have passengers in it. It's usually kind of you trying to figure out if you can see through it or not. So I wish it had it. It doesn't, but I gotta tell you, even without it, without any people in the back, I have pretty clear line of view. Nothing's really blocking it, so I mean, it's not bad at all. And I sit up a little bit higher than I thought I would in this car, even though I lowered the seat, which is a good thing. I think it's a great thing to have this visibility and be able to sit up higher on the car. Let's see the acceleration. Okay, so this is just in the regular comfort mode, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty peppy. It does have some kick to it. I want to switch it. There's 3 different drive modes: touring, sport, and snow and ice. So I'm going to switch it to sport and see if it's going to make a difference once we get going. Let's check out the turning. Very impressive. Normally when you get into a Cadillac, you kind of expect to have quite a bit of the body roll. This one feels like a sporty car, and I'm not sure if that's because I switch it into the sport mode, or in touring mode it would be the same, but it feels like you're very much in control of this car. The steering wheel is tight, it's responsive, but it's not too loose. You know, when you have a steering wheel that kind of has a lot of play, this one doesn't. I mean, you turn it and this whole vehicle moves when it's supposed to. And let's see the acceleration again. It's a front wheel drive. I don't know if you could hear it, but we got those wheels spinning a little bit in the first gear. I'm gonna see if I can, if there's a way for me to stop and see if I can actually spin those wheels in the first gear so you can hear it. So one thing that I've noticed though, it is because it is an front wheel drive vehicle, so once you hit that acceleration, it's pretty torquey. It's got, you know, 258 pound-feet of torque. You can almost feel like that torque takes over, and you know, it's a little bit of an issue. I wish it was an all-wheel drive. It probably would be steering a little bit better, but there's a little bit of a problem when you really accelerate it, and that torque kind of spins the wheels and you're not able to steer it. Not a lot. If you don't have a heavy foot, you probably will never ever notice this, but if you do want to accelerate once in a while, just keep in mind that you gotta hold on to that steering wheel, because it can go sideways. Well, not really, but it can give you some issues. Well, let's check out that massage function on the seat, and let's see what it is. Press the button now. Not really truly a massage, but it's more like a rolling bar in the back, so like a rolling lumbar, basically. That's what it is. Which kind of, it's nice. It hits the spots as well as it keeps you awake if you have this going. Not bad at all. Very nice for a little car like this. I'm gonna turn that off before I get too relaxed and too comfortable. Overall, I will give this vehicle a big thumbs up. I really like it. I think it's a great entrance into a Cadillac brand. If you're looking for a small vehicle like this, make sure you check out Linus Cadillac of Vero Beach in Florida. Check out what they see and have what you're looking for. I'm going to post the link to their website in the description of this video, and there you can find the phone number if you wish to contact them. Great bunch of people, so don't forget about them. So this will conclude the review of this Cadillac XT4, And thank you for watching. If you like watching videos like this, check out the rest of my channel. If you like anything on it, please hit like and subscribe. Smash that like button, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.